Hello and welcome to our channel. This will be our first podfic. It's My Hero Academia and the name is One Wrong Number by Becca12345 on AO3. The summary is as follows. The rooftop is locked, and Midoriya Izuku decides that this is the universe's way of saying that enough is enough. He may be stubborn, but he isn't stupid. But if he's going to go, he wants to leave a message for his mother. But in his despair, he gets one number wrong, connecting to Yamada Hisashi or President Mike's Reach Out hotline. Chapter 1. One Wrong Number. The rooftop is locked. Izuku Midoriya jiggles the handle one last time, but it doesn't budge. Maybe this is the universe's way of telling him that enough is enough. He's stubborn, sure, but he's not stupid. If the door won't open, maybe he's not supposed to be up here. Maybe he's not supposed to do this at all. But if he's going to go, he wants to leave a message for his mom. She deserves that much, at least. He pulls out his phone, hands trembling, and tries to dial her number. The wind whips around him, tugging at his Gakuran jacket, making him shiver. The cold bites through the fabric, but he doesn't really mind. If he closes his eyes and lets the wind rush under his arms, it almost feels like flying. Just for a second, he's back in that moment when he clung to All Might's arm, soaring above the city. What a ridiculous dream that was. Flying. Being a hero. It was never realistic. He sighs and checks the door again, as if something might have changed in the last few seconds. Still locked. Maybe this is a sign from above, confirming what everyone's always told him. He really is a Deku, always chasing after impossible dreams. Kacchan always said it. No, Katsuki. He should call him Katsuki now. His childhood friend, his once best friend, had stopped being gentle a long time ago. Maybe Katsuki just got tired of repeating himself, tired of Izuku never listening, tired enough to want him gone. Not out of hate, but out of frustration. Izuku never put in the work the way Katsuki did. He just dreamed. But there are intelligence heroes, his mind argues weakly. Then that other voice, the one that sounds so much like All Might, only smaller and sadder, reminds him, they all have quirks. Quirks that make them perfect for that kind of heroics. He looks down at the ruined notebook in his hands. The one with All Might's signature, warped and smudged from being thrown into a fountain, burned, slimed, and battered. Katsuki was probably right about these, too. What had he been thinking? That someone would see his notes and overlook the weaknesses section, that they'd care about his suggestions for improving their quirks. He really was a creepy weirdo, wasn't he? Slowly he walks to the edge of the building. It's a long way down. He doesn't know if it's far enough to guarantee he won't wake up again, but it's far enough to make him pause. The sunset paints the sky in golds and pinks and blues, and for a moment he remembers better days. But he can't hold on any longer. He's done dreaming. It's time to be realistic. He wants to talk to his mom one last time. Tears blur his vision, and he can almost hear Katsuki sneering that he's going to die a crybaby. Maybe he will. He can't help it. The tears just come. With his vision swimming, he dials the number. He doesn't notice when he gets one digit wrong. Hisashi Yamada loves being a hero. He loves the energy, the stage, the rush of knowing someone feels safe because he's there. He loves seeing a little listener's face light up when he waves in costume, or when they recognize his voice on the radio. Sure, the attention from creepy fans or too intrusive reporters can get uncomfortable, but that's just part of the package. Maybe it all traces back to his childhood, a lonely, painful thing it had been. His quirk had manifested early and loud, so loud it left his parents with hearing damage. So loud it terrified hospital staff and injured half a floor of new and expecting parents. He'd spent most of his early days in a quirk-canceling muzzle. Couldn't cry out, couldn't sing, couldn't even really talk. For a kid who was born with a voice, that was the cruelest thing of all. He'd learn to regulate it eventually, learn not just how to control it, but how to use it. People started to believe him when he said he'd be a hero. He never stopped believing in that dream. These days, when he's not out patrolling, he runs his pride and joy. Put your hands up, radio! When it started as a podcast, he guilt-tripped Aizawa and Oboro into listening to between training missions, had grown into a national broadcast, and from that came his second love, the Reach Out Hotline. It had started small, a quiet late-night safe space where people could call in about anything. No judgment, just someone to listen. At first, it had been just him, answering every call between radio segments. But over time, he'd built it out. On-call therapists, a long connection to the Hero Hotline, trained staff. Still, the first calls came to him. Hisashi believed in gut feelings. You don't ignore them when you've been a hero as long as he has. Tonight was supposed to be a quiet, just him and Netsu in the studio. He'd invited the principal for a feel-good interview, how someone with a non-combat quirk could still be a top-tier hero. Then the hotline light blinked on. He hit the button, his voice bright and warm. You've reached Reach Out Hotline. This is Yamada Hisashi. How can I help you tonight? Silence. Then a soft, broken sniffle. Not good. A small, trembling voice. Oh, this is the wrong number. Then a sob. I'm sorry. Wait. Did you say this is Reach Out? That's right, Hisashi said gently, his tone softening. Even if it's a misdial, sounds like you've had a rough day. Want to talk about it? As he spoke, he flicked the signal to start tracing the call. Something in his gut twisted. This wasn't a prank or a lonely insomniac. This was serious. A pause. Would you take a message for me? His heart clenched. Red flags. Sirens. Of course, little listener, he said quietly, already signaling Netsu, who turned to his keyboard with laser focus. Could you tell my mom she won't have to worry about me anymore? And tell Kachan he was right about everything else. I just hope he's right about the next life, too. Hisashi inhaled slowly, steadying himself. He couldn't let panic show in his voice. Netsu's paws clicked furiously across the keys. Listen, little listener, Hisashi said, voice low and sincere. Whatever anyone else has told you, they're wrong. And if you've got something to say to your mom, I think you should be the one to tell her. I bet she'd want to hear your voice. I know I would. How can they all be wrong? The voice whispered, cracking, when everyone says the same thing. I'm tired. Tired of pretending things will ever get better. Tired of people telling me I shouldn't exist. Tired of heroes who say anyone can be great, but never mean someone like me. Tired of dreaming impossible dreams. Hisashi swallowed hard. He knew that kind of pain. He'd lived it. But experience meant nothing if he didn't use it the right way now. Before he could speak again, Netsu leaned forward, his voice unusually quiet. I felt like that once, too, the principal said. They told me I wasn't human, that I didn't deserve the rights or dreams humans had. Some said I was lucky to be alive at all. There was a pause on the line. Do you know why I chose the name Mr. Principal? Netsu asked. No, came the timid reply. It sounded younger now, softer. I made a promise to myself and to the world that I would educate others, that I would show them why kindness matters, even toward people they don't see as people. I wanted to stand as a reminder that anyone, no matter how they were born, can make a difference. Silence, then another sniffle. Now, Netsu said gently, would you please tell us your name? We can't pass on your message without that. Hisashi glanced at his boss. His ears twitched. There was a look in Netsu's eyes he already knew. Izuku. Midoriya Izuku. Hisashi's heart clenched. What a nice name, he said warmly. You're doing great, Izuku. Another silence. Present, Mike? Still here, little listener. Do you think someone without a quirk could be a hero? Ah, there it was. Hisashi glanced to the screen. They were almost there, just a little longer. Well, he said, voice full of warmth and honesty, I think it'd be hard. Really hard. Villains don't fight fair. There's no example yet, but I happen to work with an underground hero who fights basically quirkless, and he kicks way more ass than I do. A soft, surprised giggle came through the line. Hisashi smiled, feeling his throat tighten. Keep laughing, kid. So yeah, I think it's possible, he continued. Will it be hard? Absolutely. Will it be lonely sometimes? Probably. Will you ever make it to the top 10 charts? Maybe not. But none of that matters, Izuku. What matters is that you do it right, that you care, that you try. I could do that? I believe you could, Hisashi said. You've got more heart than some heroes I know, and heart matters. And I would support you too, Netsu said brightly, though his eyes were anything but cheerful. I adore proving people wrong, especially when they're being cruel. Nothing would make me happier than watching you show them all what real heroism looks like. Then at last a signal flashed on screen. They had eyes on him. Hisashi exhaled, finally letting his voice tremble just a bit. See, Izuku? They're all wrong about you. I believe in you. Netsu believes in you. Me too, kid. Hisashi nearly choked on relief at the voice on the line, gruff, tired, and unmistakably deadpan. There was a rush of static, a whoosh of fabric, showed his capture scarf, no doubt, and a grunt. I've got him, Zashi. You did it. Caught him just in time. Kid's coughing pretty hard. I'm taking him to the hospital now. Then the line clicked, the dial tone humming soft and low. Hisashi slumped in his seat, hand trembling over the board. Another life saved. He took a shaky breath, his eyes misting. Yeah, he really, really loves being a hero. And that's the end of chapter 1.